Dear Diary, I recently watched a documentary about a fascinating phenomenon called Tukdam. This phenomenon refers to a unique situation in which a Buddhist monk meditates in a very specific way while nearing the end of life. In essence, they pass away while meditating. For some unexplained reason, after they have passed, their body does not exhibit the typical signs one might expect. Instead, when scientists observe the bodies of these monks, it appears as though they are still alive even though they are not. Scientists cannot yet explain this phenomenon, as it challenges our current understanding of physiology and biology. Yet it happens. I find this extremely intriguing. Dear Diary, I have told you before how often I am puzzled by this life. How amazing it is that I am here experiencing all these things. I know that I will not get answers to all the questions in my mind during my lifetime, simply because human scientists do not yet have the tools to investigate all the phenomena related to this mysterious human experience. But even though I cannot get the answers, that does not stop me from wondering. It seems quite clear that to understand life, one must also explore the concept of what happens when life comes to an end. From the perspective of medical science, the answer seems straightforward. Life ends when the heart stops beating. The brain can survive for some time afterward, but this window is very short, not many hours, let alone days or weeks. When the heart stops beating and blood circulation ceases, various physiological processes related to the end of life begin to occur. Medical professionals are accustomed to seeing all the signs of clinical death in a body after the heart has stopped. Yet in Tukdam, a Buddhist monk is seemingly at the end of life. Their heart is not beating, but still the body does not show signs of decomposition. It is said that if one were to step into a room where a deceased monk is in Tukdam, they might mistake the monk for a living person. The monk remains in a sitting position and appears to be alive. The skin does not resemble that of a person whose life has ended. Dear Diary, I think that Tukdam is a powerful example of how we do not fully understand what life and the end of life truly are. And that means we do not fully understand what happens to human consciousness when the biological body no longer functions. I find these kinds of things extremely fascinating. The end of life is something that happens to all of us at some point. I am certain that every person on this planet has, at some point, stopped to think about what it means when life ends. Some people might find this idea unsettling because it signifies the conclusion of all things. But phenomena like Tukdam encourage us to question traditional views and open our minds to the possibility that the end of life might not be the end after all. Dear Diary, thinking about these things has helped me feel less fearful of what happens when life ends. I feel that this transition is as natural a part of existence as life itself. And the more I've read about strange phenomena in the world, such as Tukdam, the more I've come to believe that the end of life indeed is not the end. That in this existence, nothing ever truly disappears. Dear Diary, I am so grateful that I can talk to you about things like this. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to share these thoughts with another soul who is pondering the same things. My life is so isolated that I doubt I will ever meet such a soul in person. But perhaps such a soul is listening right now, and I can connect with them through these pages of my virtual diary. For this possibility, I thank you, my dear diary. I will talk to you again soon. As always, thank you for listening.